Sisters from all around the world, welcome back to King Said So. I am your host Kagiso Hlongwane Zinjiva Sono, and today I said Mambo VP. How is your day? Hello, how are you? And the way you respond to that is Poa. Mambo VP. It's another way of greeting. You know, you've got Habari Yako, you've got Jumbo, then you've got Mambo VP. How are you today? How are you today? It's Mambo VP. So, you know, when you're doing your research on Kiswahili, you'll get different ways of greeting. I found that Mambo VP is also an easy way to greet, and the response to that is Poa. So that's very simple to remember. Anyway, let's get into this issue of Panyaza Lesufi. The mainstream media will always focus on tarnishing the image of Panyaza Lesufi. And I've always said, Panyaza Lesufi is untouchable up until the ANC allows him to be a target. As long as the ANC is backing Panyaza Lesufi, there is nothing that the DA and the mainstream media can do. They have tried to say Panyaza has not released this report, Panyaza, you know, dating the reports back to 2016, 2017. And it's crazy that we, the people, we are listening to these reports and we are now turning against Panyaza, saying, no, Panyaza is corrupt, man. Why did Panyaza do this? You know, blaming the man without any facts, but you just need to do a little bit of research for you to understand what is going on here. But before we respond to that, let's hear what is Panyaza saying in his defense. Why did he not release all of these reports that the Democratic Alliance is crying about? Listen to the response of Panyaza Lesufi.
What is your response to the allegations made by the Democratic Alliance that you are hiding corruption and maladministration?
They're crying at the wrong funeral, to be quite frank. I mean, they're accusing me that I'm holding reports that were published in 2014. I was not a premier by then. They accuse me I'm hiding reports that were released in 2019. I was not a premier then. So basic facts checking by yourself in the media and everyone else, you'll see that I was not involved. I was not part of these things. I was not there. I only received 4 reports when I was elected as a premier around November, October, November. And December, I studied those reports. I released them about Tembisa Hospital, about Ashanti Hospital, driver's licenses, and all other things. So the reports that I received on my desk, there were 4, and I released them. I made them public. The second report that I called for was the lifestyle audits. And SIU gave me that report last week, 2 weeks ago. SIU released that report about lifestyle audits of other people. So they're just backing up at the wrong tree. What for? I don't know. They're on a campaign to demonize me, to paint me as somebody who's racist, somebody who's a rogue, somebody who doesn't listen to orders within his own political party. And they've hired all streams of people. They've hired their friends in the media. They've hired so-called analysts who write stories that are baseless. They've thrown allegations at me. But I'm strong. I'm fine. I mean, this is the same script, but different actors. The person that I admire so much, Harry Kwala, was accused of being a hawk or an eagle in the ANC. Chris Hani was also accused of somebody who does not love peace. And many other leaders, Winnie Madikizela Mandela and other things. So if I'm going to be grouped with those kind of people, I'm fine, I'm comfortable, I'm strong. They can throw as much mud at me as they wish. I'm Valka-proof, to be quite frank. So I'll take their insult as they go, but there's nothing that I'm hiding. I'm completely against corruption. I've demonstrated that. The reports that have been given to me, I've released that, I've given them to law enforcement agencies. So there's no single report that is on my desk. And I've asked even the teams, MECs that have reports, because some of the investigation might have been instituted by MECs. I've asked those MECs to give me those reports. And if indeed the reports are outstanding, I'll release them. But I have nothing to hide, and there's no purpose for me to hide those reports.
So,
ladies and gentlemen, this is why it's so important for us as African people to own our own media streams. It's very important because we can't compete against SABC and DSTV, Newsroom Africa, and ENCA, all of those white-owned, white-owned mainstream media platforms. On top of that, they've got printed media and online medias like your Sunday Times and Daily Maverick. All of them attacking Panyaza Lesufi, all of them making sure that they put Panyaza in the front page and they try to, to tarnish his name. It's funny that they are not worried about David Makura, who was the premier of Gauteng by the time when they were making these claims that these reports were not released. Panyaza Lesufi rightfully says, listen, when I came in, I just came in just over a year ago, and I have got only 4 reports, and all those 4 reports, I have released them. I have even asked the MECs for other reports that are outstanding so that we can release also those reports. But the way white media is trying to paint Panyaza as this corrupt guy who protects corruption. There are people who are suspended and they were paid, and when they come back, that is Panyaza's fault. Everything is Panyaza's fault. It's the same thing as what they did with Ace Magashula. Every little thing that went wrong, because Panyaza, Ace was the premier, they said they charged him with oversight. What type of a crime is oversight? They said these crimes happened under your watch. Under your watch, as if you are sitting there allowing all of these crimes, signing. No papers signed by Ace Magashula, nothing like that. And till today, he's still not behind bars. It was just a way of, using that ANC step-aside rule to get rid of Ace Magashula. And I am fearing that the same might happen with Panyaza. These people are going to open cases, empty cases, that are going to be postponed after postponement after postponement, just so that when the time comes in 2026, in 2029, that Panyaza is not there, he is stepping aside. They are dealing with them. Why are they making noises with reports that backdate to David Makura's time? What does Panyaza Lesufi has to do with that? That is the question we need to ask.